Sophia, and this is our new account called Epic Nerds Production. Sorry, Tara's sitting over there. Tara, you can come be inside the camera. I doubt they'll mind if they see your face or something. So, I just want to do this so bad because I love this book, and I've noticed that there's no serious thing for New Moon, but I can't find my. I know that there is no twilight, moon, eclipse. I know there's none of them, so I want to do this, but I can't find the twilight book, so I'll do that later. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm really bored, so that's what we're doing. Tara, do you want to read with me?
No.
She says so. Okay. Let's start from perfect. I felt like I was trapped in one of those terrifying nightmares. One where you have to run till your lungs burst, but you can't make your body move fast enough. My legs seemed to move slower and slower as I fought my way through the callous crowd, but the hands on the huge clock tower didn't slow. With relentless, uncaring force, they turned inexorably toward the end of everything. But this was no dream, and unlike the nightmare, I wasn't running for my life. I was racing to save something infinitely more precious. My own life meant little to me today. Alice had said there was a good chance we would both die here. Perhaps the outcome would be different if she weren't trapped by the brilliant sunlight. Only I was free to run across the bright, crowded square, and I couldn't run fast enough. So it didn't matter to me that we were surrounded by our extraordinarily dangerous enemies. As the clock began to toll out the hour, vibrating under the soles of my sluggish feet, I knew I was too late, and I was glad something bloodthirsty waited in the wings, for in failing at this, I forfeited any desire to live. The clock tolled again, and the sun beat down from the exact center point of the sky. Okay. That's preference. Okay, chapter 1. Party! Woo! Yeah. I'm sorry. I try to make this fun. It's not really fun reading to people. Just gotta say that. I was 99.9% sure I was dreaming. The reasons I was so certain were that first, I was standing in a bright shaft of sunlight, a kind of blinding clear sun that never shone on my drizzly new hometown in Forks, Washington. And second, I was looking at my grandma Marie. Gran had been dead for 6 years now, so that was solid evidence toward the dream theory. Gran hadn't changed much. Her face looked just like the same as I remembered it. Her skin was soft and withered, bent into 1,000 tiny pieces that clung gently to the bone underneath, like a dried apricot, but with a puff of thick white hair standing out in a cloud around it. Our mouths, hers a wind's pucker, spread into the same surprised half-smile at just the same time. Apparently, she hadn't been expecting to see me, either. I was about to ask her a question. I had so many. What was she doing here in my dreams? What had she been up to in the past 6 years? Was Pop okay? And had they found each other, wherever they were? But she opened her mouth when I did, so I stopped to let her go first. She paused too, and then we both smiled at the little awkwardness. Bella? It wasn't Gran who called my name, and we both turned to see the addition to our small reunion. I didn't have to look to know who it was. This was a voice I would know anywhere. I know and respond to, whether I was awake or asleep, or even dead. I bet the voice I'd walk through fire for, or at least dramatically slosh every day through the cold and endless rain for, Edward. Even though I was always thrilled to see him, conscious or otherwise, and even though I was almost positive that I was dreaming, I panicked as Edward walked toward us through the gnarling sunlight. I panicked because Gran didn't know that I was in love with a vampire. Nobody knew that. So how was I supposed to explain the fact that the brilliant sunbeams were shattering off his skin into 1,000 rainbow shards, like he was made of crystal or diamond? Well, Gran, you might have noticed that my boyfriend glitters. It's just something he does in the sun. Don't worry about it. What was he doing? The whole reason he lived in Forks, the rainiest place in the world, was so he could hide, be outside in the daytime without exposing his family's secret. Yet here he was strolling gracefully toward me, with the most beautiful smile, on his angel's face, as if I were the only one here. In that second, I wished that I was not the one exception to his mysterious talent. I usually felt grateful that I was the only person whose thoughts he couldn't hear, just as clearly as if they were spoken aloud. But now I wish he could hear me too, so that he could hear the warning I was screaming in my head. I shot a panicked glance back at Gran and saw that it was too late. She was just turning to stare back at me, her eyes as alarmed as mine. Edward still smiling so beautifully that my heart felt like it was going to swell up and burst through my chest. But his arm around my shoulder and turned to face my grandmother. Gran's expression surprised me. Instead of looking horrified, she was staring at me sheepishly, as if waiting for a scolding, and she was standing in such a strange position. One arm held awkwardly away from her body, stretched out and then curled around the air, like she had her arm around someone I couldn't see, someone invisible. Only then, as I looked at the bigger picture, did I notice the huge gilt frame that enclosed my grandmother's form, uncomprehending. I raised the hand that wasn't wrapped around Edward's waist and reached over to touch her. She mimicked the movement exactly, mirrored it. But where our fingers should have met, there was nothing but cold glass. With a drizzling jolt, my dream abruptly became a nightmare. There was no Gran. That was me in the mirror, me ancient, creased, and withered. Edward stood beside me, casting no reflection, excruciatingly, say it louder, excruciatingly, good job, Chen, lovely and forever 17. He pressed his icy, perfect lips against my wasted cheek. Happy birthday, he whispered. Okay, that's all I'm going to read until you guys, comment if I get any comments, because I'm probably not going to get all that popular. No, Tara, sorry. And if you guys like it, then I'll keep doing it. I'm so tired.
You can tell.
But yeah, if you guys like to do this, I'm okay with it. Sorta, kinda, on the downside. It's kinda boring. Because you don't really understand the book as you read it, because you can't, pause and all that. But whatever. Don't care. I will do it.
Yeah.
Tara, come over here. It's your turn too.
Yeah, but it's not fair. I'm not a nerd though. I'm a geek. There's a level. There's nerds. Yeah, there's nerds. Then there's normal people. I mean, I messed up.
Geeks, nerds, normal, cool.
That's not how it goes.
Nerds, geeks.
No. It goes geeks, normal people, then nerds. No dirt at the top. It's probably epic nerds. You have to be epic nerd or full nerd or beast nerd or a key of awesome nerd. Yeah. You know, they probably even turned it off by now because they're just babbling stupidly all the time.
Yeah.
It'll scare people by
No,
their
seriously, it's 2:28. If you're still watching, you're awesome. High five through the computer.
Yeah, and I'll freak you out with my vocabulary skills later inside if we become
Oh
popular.
my gosh. Her vocabulary is like freaky.
I'll freak you out. I'll very freak you out. I'm so freaky scared. That's why I'm a nerd. She's the epic and I'm the nerd. Together we make epic nerd. Together we make productions and two. It's an epic nerd productions. Two. Wait, that was six. Yeah.
But whatever.
Here, hold up one. One.
Oh.
Yeah, two. Yeah.
Okay, this is stupid. Bye. Tara, it's your turn to kiss the camera.
Yeah. I'm gonna act like Shane Dyer.
Hi. Yeah.